Here's your noodle.
Thank you. That's a bigger noodle than I'm used to.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Oh. It almost sounded like you had experience or something, but here we are. We're in a pool. We're in a pool. BDP. We got some sunburns.
Yeah.
And, oh, yes, that might be the thummy. That might be the thummy. So, let's go ahead and talk. We have a podcast. We're in Florida. Your home state, Brianna. Matt just went up my nose.
Yeah. The gnats are ass. Oh, boy. This is going to be out of control.
Definitely when you did that and that flew right into your mouth.
But, anyway, well, I'm here with the two twins.
That
I'm
makes
between
you stay
two
in the camera, Brittany.
I'm like James between two twins. This looks like it could be another type of content here in about 5 minutes.
But it's
you know
not.
what I mean? Well, maybe. Stay tuned
No,
until
it's
the end.
definitely not.
Stay tuned until the end. You never know. So stay tuned. Also, this pod, real quick, sponsored by Badlands Gear, Beast Broadheads, both of which you can use code teambd and save money on their sites.
Oh, I didn't know on broadheads. I feel like we'd never
It's
used
brand
that.
new. They just texted me and it
Oh.
said, "Hey, we fired it up to help support the people," and that's what
Nice.
I'm about.
Yeah.
I love the people maybe more than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, save people some money, you know?
So with that being said, we just filmed a very cool video that wasn't planned to be filmed.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about this a little?
Well, we just kind of organically had the opportunity to help my brother learn how to shoot a bow. And so we pulled out my bow. I knew I had checked his eye dominance in Christmas, and he's left eye dominant. And Brianna's normally not in the States. And light bulb, she's here. So we whipped out my bow. Whipped out Brianna's bow, let him try a left-handed bow, and it just started clicking by the second shot, and was very excited about it. And then so I gave him my bow.
Which I want to touch on that real quick because, first of all, everything about it I loved. I loved that because first the suggestion was that he shoots my bow, and I'm like, bro, he gonna slap the shit out of his arm. My arms are way too long. That's not gonna work. And also, it's probably not great to start with the 72-pound hammer, even though that bow draws so easy. Like, I think he would be just fine.
Yeah.
But Britt had her bow, and she goes, try mine, which of course is going to be a little short. But he's a short king, so not too short.
But easy to pull back, only 48 pounds.
Right, so he pulls it back, and right away, as soon as he got it back and I could see him like trying to see through the peep, I was like, oh, he's good. He needs to shoot left-handed. Mm-hmm. So we do left-handed, and first shot, pretty mid, not the best, but the second time, dude, he came almost straight to anchor, looked great.
Got the nose down eventually.
Got his nose
towards the string.
Got his nose on that nose button and drilled a shot. And then Brianna out of left field. Nobody knew it was
Nobody
coming.
was expecting this.
She
She
says, "Hey, you can have my bow." How cool was that?
Yeah, I know.
Very
so
sweet of her.
What made you just off the rip, just like, you know?
Yeah, where did that
Yeah,
come
where'd that
from?
come?
Well, it was like I know he'd like contemplated jokingly sometimes like getting a bow, and when people do that, it's like sometimes it's a big commitment to a purchase. Even a budget bow is a commitment as far as the cost goes, and we know that we have the Virtue sitting at home, just came in, getting about to get set up when we get back, and what do we always do with our bows? It's like, oh, we're going to do an Instagram giveaway or we're going to sell it on eBay. And it's like, we just save him some money right now by giving it away. Like, it's pretty easy. And it's not if it were like my Eva, it'd be a different story. I'd be like, hey, you can have it if you want it because it is a female's bow. But the Core SR is a flagship bow. That is meant for anybody, not just women. So it's a perfect bow for us. I mean, it's a flagship bow, or it was one, but
No, it still is.
Still
one of the budget flagships. Yep.
and
I mean, it's
perfect
a
for a starter in shooting because one, it's Bowtech, so you can hate on it all you want, but it's settable for anybody. So right now, after this pod, we can go change the draw length for him and throw in one of James's arrows because mine would become too short.
Yep.
And just double check that the draw works out for him. You can only do that on a Bowtech.
And then
Not only like lower
Yeah.
end bows you can do that,
For
but
sure,
as far
for
as like
sure,
a
yeah.
flagship where you can
But a
really adjust that.
flagship.
Yeah, and I'm not
And
trying to make
then-
that an ad of just a cool moment, but it is
Yeah.
one of the unique parts about the bow.
It
I
is.
love.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And then on top of it being that I am a female, so I only got 50-pound limbs on it, it's great to start with.
Perfect to start.
Because if you don't have someone who's around you daily to like guide you, it's really tough to throw poundage into a bow that I know as fast as he whipped that back, he could easily throw 60 or 70-pound limbs on there and be fine. But then you're going to give up learning form, you're going to give up learning technique, all to try to yank that bow back.
Yep.
Right now, he could yank it back no problem and work on making sure he's shooting correctly. And then down the road, Brittany helps him, find the heavier set of limbs. And then you go and get them thrown on. And I was like, easy day. Like, I have a set of System X strings that were meant to go on it when we get back. So I'm just going to overnight ship them. And then you can help him go into the store to get, like, the peep actually lined up to work for him.
I don't know if you got to overnight them, but you'll.
I also don't think I need to take him into a store
Yeah.
to set his peep
Yeah,
height.
she know how to do it.
Oh, yeah. Just come on over to Brittany Outdoors, Brittany Jean Outdoors, and Brittany can do it for him. So easy day.
We'll check it out. There's I think a lot of pretty neat elements.
But do you have the thing to put a peep in yet?
The piece
A
to
press?
put
A press?
yes.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how you put strings on.
Yeah. So
So you could just put the strings on. We're good to go. See, like
This
it
whole
was just
thing is gonna
easy
be
to
set up.
hand it to.
well,
him.
here's what I think's also cool about it is part of the reason I do what I do is because I like to get people into archery, new people, and they can have a lot of fun shooting bows. That's what I love. And the cool part is you got someone new today into archery, and Brittany lives close by, so you can actually film
enough.
video series in the future, kind of tracking Jordan's entry into archery and setting up the bow tech,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And it'll be really cool for someone to follow because a first timer can go watch that series and go start to finish kind of how to get the ball moving. I think that's really, really cool.
And this little raw video we filmed today that we'll throw
Yeah.
up is definitely a very organic version
very.
of how it starts for most people. A friend says, "Hey, try my bow out
In the backyard.
in the backyard."
Yep.
It probably doesn't fit you. It's not your poundage. It's not your draw length. You
Yep.
might be right-handed when you're left-handed or left
Yep.
when you're right.
Yeah.
It's some version.
And literally,
of this.
it's funny how we got it like on camera, even though it was literally just it was not meant to be. Like it literally was just organic. Like, hey, let me, Jordan, you want to try one? Because they were talking about it and how Declan was shooting the little kid's bow in the house and whatnot. And it was like James, being the content king, was like, get the phone out. You can get a funny short out of this.
Yep.
And it was like, film it horizontal just
Yep.
in case it goes too
Yep.
long. You get a
Yep.
full length and then you can cut some funny shorts. And then it turned into, like, he would want one. He would have fun with it. I don't need this bow anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
and another cool thing, I was talking to Jordan after you gave him the bow, and, he's a lineman by trade, right? So a lot of times he's staying in a campground in a trailer, comes back to the trailer, it's
Got
like, what
nothing
are
to do.
you going to do? And I was like, dude, literally you go get a, block target and shoot at 20 yards every day. Like, now it gives you a hobby, something to do outside of just work when you're on the road. Like, it's awesome, and a bow's so easy to travel with.
And so that's quite possibly my favorite part about the surprise giveaway, is not just the getting somebody into it. Like, obviously, the mission is to help people understand the industry and help those who are interested figure out how to get into it. And this was kind of an accident version of that, but exactly, what you want to happen. But not to air like anybody's business, but on the mental side of things.
Oh, for sure.
When you're just all by yourself, or like some people just kind of their head lives in like a dark space sometimes, and a mission, a job, an objective, like a goal, a hobby, like learning a hobby,
something
too.
to get better at too.
Sometimes,
That's measurable.
Yes. Sometimes people's hobbies change all the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that,
Yeah.
but when you have a measurable thing that you can learn to do over time, so you've got a task. Tomorrow I'm going to learn to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and practice this. Tomorrow I'm going to shoot a little farther than that.
Yep.
And mentally, it just keeps you...
Shoot a tighter group at 20 tomorrow than I did today. Like,
Yes.
that's how I usually practice is I love just cranking out groups because you can always tighten the group. Unless you shoot 3 Robin Hoods. Like, you know what I mean? It can always get better. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm really stoked for him, and I think I can tell he's fired up. You know what I mean? I can tell he's fired up, and to me, that's so sick. That's the whole point of why I do the videos, is for situations like that.
Yep, just a little ignite, a little ignition, a little flame inside of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, we did, for the first time, you played our target games, our target face games. So we played baseball, beer pong, and golf. We kind of made a fun medley. We didn't play one start to finish. We did like a round here, round here, round here, and then ended up having some OT. I will preface it and say that Britt shot the best I've seen her shoot in a while, because she shot really, really good. Made me go overtime like twice. And to be honest, when I drained that triple in the final, I told her I thought for sure she was cooked. I was like, she's not hitting this triple. And then she didn't only do it once. She did it 3 times, drain the triple. So she was solid. You did get the L, which I know you didn't want, but it was close. It could have gone either way. So what, I know you said you watched a video about posture that you think helped.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So recently I was watching Levi Morgan's putting out like a summer series. It kind of seems like, I don't know, he didn't exactly say that, at least I didn't see, but it seems like a summer series. Different things to help you hold your pin steadier, footing, proper shoes, posture, all different types of things. And one of them had to do with drawing. I'm sure you can go out and find the video, but basically had to do with that we don't want to be sky drawing, but also instead of drawing perfectly level, you'll see a lot of professional shooters starting their draw cycle slightly pointed up so that when they're at full draw, they're not yet level. And what they're doing is they're bringing their arms down. Thank you, Daddy.
Make sure you're in the camera.
Yes.
Keep drifting out.
No, I am.
See in here.
So they're coming to here and then bringing the bow to anchor, so they're settling those shoulders down and in instead of this flat draw, which already like has you crunched up and shoulder coming up.
Yep.
That's why I never understood why people do that.
So
It automatically looks so tight.
So he will openly say in the video that something you have to be aware of is when you're hunting, you don't always have the opportunity to draw in certain ways. You do if you're in a blind or if you're in a stand and something's up close, like little movement is possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just kept that in the back of my mind today when I was drawing, trying not to stay so tight and kind of having a bit more of a relaxed draw and then settling the shoulders in. And it really did make me feel more steady. Like the pin was moving slower and helped me kind of focus on the target so that I could get the shots go off kind of more
Now,
when I wanted it
are
to.
you ever going to stop doing this?
Oh, she didn't do it as bad today.
Not as bad, but a little bit still.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something
She's-
just built into
it's a
your
fear
repertoire.
thing
So
from
now
some
you
event that
habitually do it.
I don't know, because I've never dry fired a bow.
Yeah.
So I don't know what event it would be.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah. I think when I
I feel like it's
learned
very
to do
habitual
it,
for you, though, because
was-
you always do it.
it was when I relearned my draw cycle, like 2-3 years ago. And I don't know, just something that I was doing when I was reteaching myself instead of drawing like this,
The row.
like to reach out.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure where the head tilt came from or why I started doing that, but
could just be a strength thing. Like maybe for some reason that unlocked a little strength
A
for
little
you.
more strength.
But I
at the time,
I do want to touch a little bit on the draw thing, because I totally agree. Obviously, Levi. Obviously,
Freaking nap.
obviously Levi a freaking legend. So like his information's gonna be great, and he did just follow me on Instagram. I will say that, but maybe a collab coming soon. Levi,
Yeah,
let's
Levi,
cook
drop
that.
a comment
Let's
below.
Let's cook that collab. But what I agree with is by starting a little bit higher, another thing it does is creates a little more momentum in your draw, so it kind of gets everything moving. Whereas when you're coming from here, it's like
So
you're almost
static.
fighting momentum. So you're creating momentum, and then like you said, you're starting from here and coming down. And then if you think about it the opposite way, how you and your sister used to draw by coming underneath, you're actually doing the opposite and coming upward, which creates a lot more fight and tension with the shoulder.
More upward tension.
So I totally agree with that, and I've made videos on it multiple times in the past on a draw cycle. But that is such a, I feel like, pretty easy thing you can do to kind of improve your shoulder placement when you're in a draw. You know what I mean? And I think it's better for your body to draw that way as well.
Yeah. So just a little, like, you know, usually like when I'm riding home from work or something, or downtime at work, I'll listen to some type of little something.
Oh, I was about to say, due to your job, were you about to admit to watching TV while... But you said listen. You did,
Listen.
Yeah,
Listen.
good job.
Listen.
Good job.
Yeah.
So just listen to a little something, and that one stuck with me yesterday. So
that's a great
she's
tip.
kind of in my head today, and I don't know, maybe attribute that to
you shot
steadier
good.
pin today.
You shot really good. Now, of the 3 games, you got a little taste of each one. Which one was your favorite, would you say?
Ooh, I think that I like the idea of the beer pong game if you were spicing it up with, like, some, you know, just regular beverages, you know, and then maybe the loser, like we did, like sodas or something.
Yeah, so when you
And then
play
the
the
loser-
full game, like a normal beer pong game, that's when that game is more fun, I think.
Yeah.
Because also match play was a cool idea for us.
play is
We've
a
never
cool
done
idea,
that. But when you are playing like competition style and doing the full beer pong, then it is a bit more fun than just like mid-hills. Also, the lighting here, so much better than back home, I will say.
Really?
Like, I could actually see the shaded lines around the circles of the cups and the space between the cups. It's so bright back home, like, because we don't have a lot of cloud cover, that a lot of reflection comes off of, like, the paper, and that white just looks like one big white triangle. So I did the fact that the paper was more visible.
Well, I think partly was there's clouds right now when we played, and number 2, we were also playing from closer than we usually do.
That is true.
Usually we
You
play
did give
from,
her a charity match.
like,
so.
usually we play from 30 to 40 yards, and we were only playing at 20. But the match play to me is so fun because it's like, okay, if someone sets, you have to execute, or else like they get a point. I think that is a fun way to play.
So what? You have to, I guess, continue.
Yeah, we didn't
with
actually
your-
finish.
Right, but I think my favorite game was actually the baseball game. I think golf was tricky because those circles
Small.
on golf are very small.
I have decided in future renditions of that, I will be making them bigger.
I don't know if you should. I think you leave that one as like the 20-yard precise basket.
I think maybe making them just a little bigger, maybe a couple less, like 1 or 2 less holes would give you a little more room on the board.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have 9 holes. You gotta have half a 18-hole game.
Again, I think my demonstration of sports today is obviously
You could still make them. You could make them a
little bit bigger.
But
Yeah.
But baseball,
I agree.
I think
Baseball's great.
I enjoyed learning a little bit about baseball, and in doing so, and playing the game today. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
And it's fun the way you set it up. It's not like it is a baseball diamond, but the ideas there, the concept of
That's all
Because that was a
How many-
rendition of the game originally. Like, how it really works is James was like, I want a game that's baseball. And then I just go to the computer and figure out how would this game work with archery. And
Took us a few
originally there's a
tries, yeah.
rendition that included 3, plates or bases.
Well, there is 3
Yeah.
bases on
There-
the thing, but
there
they're not
is,
really.
but they're not playable
They're not
bases.
playable. Yeah.
And then it was like, no, this is like, it's too easy because you're just going to blow out the hole. Like, how many people wouldn't be able to shoot? There's no different objectives like there is in baseball, whether you're, trying to get just a single, to the outfield so your person on third can make it in, thinking of baseball in mind. So then we just changed it up a little bit to make more sense to where you could either play real baseball rules or you couldn't. And you guys played where you actually had a pitcher and a hitter today, but the way the game is designed is you don't have to have that. So you could just pitch and hit for yourself.
For yourself, if
so
you wanted, yeah.
you just shoot and then you shoot
It was
the
definitely
thing
fun
and-
the way we played it. Like if you have someone to shoot with, a pitcher and a hitter.
But one thing I will say about the baseball game, too, just kind of thinking, I love all of them. I almost think golf is maybe my favorite, but I really like them all. Beer pong, I think, is excellent if you're in the right setting. But what I love about baseball is because there's the home plate that the pitcher has to set, you actually always are playing, like it is a two-person game or more. Whereas the other ones, I guess beer pong too, but like the golf game especially, you literally could play individually.
Yeah, you can play golf by yourself. That's kind of
You could play all of them individually if you really wanted. But the baseball game, just by nature, is like made to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah,
and that's why I really
I also like that you're looking at like every in baseball inning, but in archery, like every turn is different.
Yeah.
So like even though you move on to a new hole and the hole differentiates whether it has a birdie, so it's for a bogey or a double birdie, so it gets bigger or smaller. Every hole, the goal is really the same. It's to
hit the middle.
Hit the middle of the circle, you know?
Every time.
But the baseball game is different because every time
it
could be a home run,
it
could be a triple, it could be
a
single. And so, you know, you could end up doing three triples in a row, or you could end up, you know, running a single, running a double, running a home run. And then you're actually trying to keep baseball. You don't have to, but you're trying to keep baseball scores. Like, okay, I still got a runner on third, but I just made, you know, I made one run in, and then like, okay, I got a single, so now I got a player on first and third, so like I have the potential if I get a home run to get 3 runs in, give my score 4. Like it's just different than normal archery rules.
Oh, it's so fun, and
Brittany has no idea about anything I just said.
But
He's been speaking for a long time.
I also love how in the bottom right there's an actual scoreboard, so you can play with a Sharpie in your yard and actually score each inning.
Yeah.
And that's so much fun. But yeah, that's exactly what I like about baseball. Because if I shoot you know, the way it's designed, like a home run is the smallest portion of home plate. So if I hit a home run, it's good and bad because it's harder for the opponent to hit because it's very small. But if they do, it's a run or multiple runs if people are on base.
Yeah.
So both people have to show up and perform. Even though the home run, it's small. Like it's the size of like a quarter to hit. I still think a triple's the hardest to hit. Which makes sense because in baseball, the fewest hits of the year by far are triples.
What is a triple?
A triple means
you hit the ball and you run to third base. You're
base.
able to run to third base from your hit.
But it just goes to a place, not a particular place, but wherever it goes.
Any place it goes,
get all the way
you're
to
able
third.
to run all the way to third. That's a triple.
But here's why triples are rare. The odds of making it from home all the way to third
Are next
without
to
getting
0.
thrown out or tagged out or something is very low. So that's
I've never even seen a triple.
So that's why it's
Ohtani
all the way
hits
in
them
the
all the
back of the
time.
game.
Really?
Of course. He got wheels. Ohtani a beast. But my point is the triple is hard to hit. Hard to hit.
Who's Ohtani? Quick test. Brittany, who's Ohtani play for?
Shohei Ohtani, the biggest legend in sports right now.
That absolutely sounds like he was
What team
going
do
to
you
be on the New York Giants.
The New York Giants, nice. Wrong sport. But hey, New York would be the right market, one of the right markets. He is actually on the Los Angeles Dodgers because they have.
Oh, see, I was
Lots
trying to
of
think
money.
of it because we were just talking about this the other day, and he told me that is one of the really good teams, I guess. And so I was trying to think of that team. For some reason, I thought they were.
So the reason the Los Angeles Dodgers or the New York Yankees or the New York Mets aren't a bad call, so New York was a pro call, is because all 3 of those teams basically have unlimited
Amount
funds.
of money.
I knew that. That's
Do
why I
you
said
want to take a crack at his contract? Just guess how many years, how many dollars, if you had to guess.
Oh, probably 5 years and probably $30 million.
So his contract.
That's not enough.
So hold on, let me cook. So his contract is 10 years.
You want to?
Hold on,
okay.
hold on,
Do you want to change your number?
Now guess your number. So 10 years, how much monty you think? You want to
10 years at $30 million was definitely not enough.
Okay, Brianna, don't.
Probably
boast.
$100 million.
Okay, his contract.
Still not enough.
His contract is for 10 years, $700 million.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What is his job? What does he do?
He's a pitcher and a hitter.
So he better be striking everybody out.
He pretty much-
for $700 million.
And he's the best hitter. He does
The
both
thing is, in
things.
baseball,
you don't do
pitchers
both
don't
things.
hit.
Never.
They
They
only
used
pitch.
to in the
They used
National
to.
League, but they were trash.
They only
He's
pitch.
the best.
He is
one of the
like
best at pitching and the best.
He's the
one of best
only
at
one currently, right, that pitches and hits
100%. Unless they bring in like Kike
in all of the league.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last person to do what.
He's also like a 6'4" Asian.
So the last person to do.
Whatever.
So the,
that seems like
When
a
is
weird
an Asian
fact.
6'4"?
So
I think we've put
so.
that.
Geez, I always say if I'm going to get canceled, it's because
It's gonna be
So
kinda-
the last
You're turning
person.
away from the camera.
So the last person to do what Shohei does is literally Babe Ruth. Is that crazy? Like that's how much of a.
When did
but
Babe Ruth live, Brittany? I'll answer this out.
When did he live? I don't know.
long time ago.
Yeah, maybe 30,
20s?
probably years
In the
ago.
20s? No way. More than 20 years.
I want to bring
Brittany to a baseball.
No,
like a
dude.
Brian wanted to
sports
take me.
trivia day.
So here,
boy.
so
Longer? What?
Longer?
he was alive in
Pretty.
like the
He was
20s.
like in the 30s. Yeah, 20s, 30s. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's a
One
fun
good
fact.
try though.
I think Brittany Jean Outdoors will love this. So actually, Shohei's contract is massive as it is, 10 years, $700 million. There is actually a bigger contract in baseball. There's a player named Juan Soto who plays for the Mets who has I think it's 16 years, $765 million.
Now, technically, when you do that math, that's more accurate.
Yearly, Shohei's get more, but Shohei should get more. But
But he'll be able to sign another
Could you-
contract after.
Could you imagine inking a deal for $700 million?
No, I cannot.
What would you do? Go home and be like, well, I guess we did it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I would smile if
this
I
is
inked
it.
a deal for $700.
we're just a bunch of humble papas.
Yeah.
We're literally in a above ground pool.
so
you know what I mean? Is this podcast cooking right now?
So
Yeah.
let's get back to James. Obviously, we are both from this great state of Florida. So
Oh.
we are off.
You want my take
There's
on
no
it?
other way.
Uh.
There's no other way to do a podcast but in a pool, because otherwise you're gonna sweat your tits off. So even though we're doing it in the evening, so it's really quite pleasant outside.
It's very
the
pleasant.
storm has rolled out. The skies are turning blue.
I thought your parents were about to have an aneurysm that we were gonna get
Get
struck
the
by
pool
lightning.
thunderstorm?
No, when we were
Oh,
filming.
shooting?
When I was
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
earlier.
I said, bro, I've been a lot
So let's-
closer to lightning hunting before.
This is the most time you've now spent in Florida, just vacationing.
What do you think of the Great Sunshine State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I loved St. Augustine. I thought it was awesome. I really liked it a lot. I do think it's very flat.
Turns out James has a cousin there.
Yeah,
I do,
heard.
yeah. So, shout out to Marcy, legend. But no, I like it. I think that obviously it's very flat for me, and I'm kind of like, I love mountains and big country. But at the same time, like the weather is kind of cooked. Let's be honest, it's a little bit cooked. When I come out here and I'm climbing that tree on Brittany Jean Outdoors channel, and I'm up there sweating my wang off.
I've never seen Jim
Bro,
sweat so
bro,
bad.
that and when I said give me the taxes, like I meant that from my soul. Give me the taxes, bro. California,
No.
let me cook. Let
I'll
me,
take that
oh,
sauna
oh,
any day over those
I
taxes.
think you're. Let me cook, but I do think now there's areas of California that are mega cooked, but if you're in San Diego, bro, that weather's undefeated. It's the best. I think it is the best weather year round.
I'm sure for anybody
I don't even
who
think that's
enjoys,
a hot take, but drop in the
enjoys
comments.
moderate temperatures.
It's between 60 and 80 all year.
which I have grown to be used to. So like, and it's just it's a different type of weather. So like there, like it's hot here. Yeah, it's hot. 85 and up, 90 plus.
It was
to 100
103 the first day when we were climbing. When I was climbing that tree, it was 103.
So hold
Bruh.
on.
I thought
But-
I think when I was climbing that tree and it was 103 degrees, I actually think my Johnson might have been 8 inches.
Yeah.
For real.
So, anyways, but
Just off
that
temperature.
humidity, it just makes a difference. So when you go to like California, Arizona, like 70, we've been outside where it's literally only 74 degrees in California, and in Florida, 74 degrees would be like, oh my God, this is fantastic. Well, in California, 74 degrees, you can also be sweating your ass off in 74 degrees. Like, without the humidity, it's just plain straight out.
Oh, jeez, oh, P.
You just shot a load on him, Brittany.
Oh, yes, Mommy. Wait.
Oh my God.
What we decided is that Florida is great. It's very nice. California's still
James
better,
doesn't like
but, you know.
It's not that.
I don't mind the heat. I really don't. Like, I'm not going to cower. Like, I'll be out in the heat.
You just get used to it, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you just get used to it. There's some days it's worse than others. You're just not in the mood for it. But, I don't know. It's a different place. Florida's a place.
Can you hand me that pole real
want
quick? Yeah, give me that
Like,
pole.
I could tell there was some struggle busing in St. Augustine, and I'm just like, I was sweating too, but I'm like, you just saw no weather.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. Like,
Yeah, Florida is
it's
a
hot,
unique
but, like,
place, not like
Florida
anywhere
cooks.
else.
I mean, obviously, like, look, I mean, is it nice to see the prices of homes here? Yeah, it's great.
Is it
When-
nice to see the price of gas here? It's
Yeah,
great.
it's great.
Is it nice to see that you have a swimming pool in your backyard? And
When I go to any restaurant, like, get a, you know,
$5 well
a Mountain Dew, and it's $2. Like, yeah,
It's
that's
great.
nice. But give me the taxes, you
Nah.
know. But anyways,
Nah.
but no, I've had a lot of fun. And here's the cool part about this trip, actually, is initially it wasn't even really planned that we would bring our bows, and just look at God how it works. Number one, brought the bows. We planned to do one video for Brittany Jean Outdoors and one for me. We ended up coming home with 3 videos for Brittany Jean Outdoors, a video for the Bow Disciples channel, and the pod for the podcast. So we ended up
And
just
a bow giveaway.
and a bow giveaway. We ended up cooking on content, and that's
while
awesome.
having fun in Florida.
It was
Great
it was
state.
super fun. And today, you know, we went
Bored,
to
we're tired. I say you're bored and we're tired in Florida. Like, it's just like you work just to pay your bills, but really you just want to like go out and play in the sunshine and water and
Isn't that the same anywhere?
swim on
Sora?
a river. And I guess so. It depends on what. I guess, but here it's just more fun of it.
But with that being said, I think that's going to go ahead and conclude the pod. But very good pod. Brittany Jean, what's this, your 3rd appearance?
Yeah. Dang.
Ty Jordan, and then the group chat.
Yeah, the one time I was in the group chat and the no, and the one in Tennessee. Is this a handshake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
the
it
one I
was
was
totally
that's the one I was
pointing.
talking about.
Yes.
Oh.
So yeah, your 3rd pod. Congratulations.
And a TikTok live. If
Brianna.
Yeah,
she didn't really speak any words.
Brianna, thank you very much. Everyone, be sure to subscribe to Brittany's channel. Subscribe to the podcast channel, 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. And thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Maybe in another pool.